Hi, this is Linz from Sweet Natured, and today we're having a look at whether P&O Cruises is right for you. As always, I'm joined by Maggie.
Hello.
Hello, who put the video together, and this is my first time watching, so let's see what we can see.
Today we're going to be talking about whether P&O Cruises is right for you.
It looks right for me there.
It does look right for you there, doesn't it? And we're going to start off by having a look at price.
Okay.
And how it compares to the wider cruise market.
I would say it's a good price.
It is. They sit in that sort of mid-tier of the larger cruise lines. In terms of sort of how much you're going to pay.
And they have a low deposit scheme, which as well, you don't have to put 15% down.
No, generally speaking, they'll have a sub $100, £100 deposit per person, which is pretty good.
Yeah.
You'll have seen flash up then very quickly about an offer that they had on fairly recently. But whether that one's still valid when you watch this video or not is irrelevant because they pretty often have sales on.
And they work very well with the travel agents as well.
They do. And that means there's often a good deal to be had.
Yes.
I think you touched on it earlier that one of the good things is that low deposit thing,
Yeah.
especially if you're booking a year or 2 years in
You
advance.
can get excited about it then, right from the get-go.
You can.
And you don't feel like you've been ram-raided at that point.
No, they have a really good selection of cruises where you can go on the cruises, different type of
You can
cruise
go
ships.
on the cruises.
Where you can go on the cruises.
Oh, where you can go, sorry.
So, and there was still one of the sort of only cruise lines, or few cruise lines, to have last minute deals as well.
That's true, that's true.
Before we go on to the next part, if I could just take a second to invite you to subscribe if you've not done already.
And thank you if you have done.
And you can also follow us on Instagram and Twitter at Sweet Natured.
There's a lot of food pictures.
There's a lot of food, often quite a lot of cocktail pictures as well. And if you do enjoy what we're doing and you find it useful, if you could press that thumbs up button, because YouTube really does like you when you do that, and so do we.
Yeah, I do.
Accommodation on P&O, like most cruise ships, ranges from inside cabins up to suites.
Yes.
As you will see as we look around this one, some of the ships are a little dated in terms of the technology.
Oh, you mean by the size of the TV? I think I was demonstrating that there then, wasn't I?
You were very, very briefly. You have got a wide range of accommodation, certainly on the newer ships as well. They've got some unique types of accommodation, like the conservatory balcony, which are fairly controversial. Some people like them. A lot of people don't.
Okay.
We've not stayed in one,
No.
so we can't truthfully comment on that.
But as and when we do, we will report back.
We will. You decent stepping on, testing the balcony solid before you walk on it there, Lance. We were worried it were going to fall down. The ships are a few years old, they're not that old. You've got everything that you would expect in the accommodation, whether you're in an inside cabin or sort of the fanciest of suites. They don't have things such as on the older ships, USB plugs. They haven't had a lot of retrofitting of stuff like that yet, but they do have mini fridges.
They've got a fridge, you've got a kettle.
You have which, if you're a Brit, it is compulsory that you have to be able to make tea or coffee in the morning before you leave your cabin.
And also with the plugs as well. If you have a hair device and you're from the UK and you take your hair device, it will work as if you were at home.
It will be because this is primarily UK-based company and market. They do have British and American sockets as well.
Yes.
So.
Oh, and they have a laundry bag.
And they have a laundry bag, which you seem to be, for some reason, quite excited about there as well.
Oh, I get excited about all sorts of things.
It is worth pointing out that we're not doing reviews while we're talking through this, but we will put in the description below all of our P&O content, such as the food reviews, the drinks reviews, the cabin reviews as well, where we go into a lot more detail.
Yes. Yeah. That's a nice shower head and the towels. Yeah, I mean,
the accommodation's completely functional. Is it as good as you're going to get on the 6-star cruises, the ultra ones?
No.
But you're not paying that sort of price.
But if you're going multi-generational, so if there's a holiday and there's a group of you, there's an offering for everybody based on what your budget is, which is great.
Like I said, from that inside cabin to, you can see there a little picture of one of the suites, and you have separate lounges and everything else. But accommodation, overall, very good.
Oh, I look a bit sad there. What's going on?
It's because you've not got any food or alcohol in front of you yet, I think.
That's probably true.
Food on board Starts from the inclusive stuff, such as the buffet and the main dining rooms.
And as the more ships online, they're introducing more speciality restaurants.
They do.
And widening the offering as well for the included within your fare.
Yeah,
Prices as
absolutely.
well.
I mean, a good example on the particular ship that we're showing here, which is Ventura. The beach house is a speciality restaurant
On Ventura.
But on Iona,
It's
and
inclusive.
I'm assuming the newer ships,
Arvia, yes.
it's included, so
Yeah.
it's not chargeable. So it'll be interesting to see if they balance that out later on. It seems weird that it'd be speciality on one and not on the other one.
Yeah, and I wouldn't call it a super foodie ship, but the food is very... Oh, glass house. This is glass house.
You were saying you wouldn't class it as a super foodie ship? You mean compared to like Celebrity, Princess, Virgin?
Yeah.
But the food is really good.
I'm not saying it's not good. I'm not saying that.
Epicurean were fantastic.
Oh, it was amazing. But it's...
Sindhu, which is where we are now,
Yeah.
was great.
Yeah, but there's not anything that's too controversial.
No, it's...
There's not peas.
No, it's safe.
It's...
You haven't got a test kitchen like on Virgin or a Wonderland like on Royal Caribbean.
Or a cuisine.
Or cuisine like on Celebrity.
Or the Eden, where you get...
Yeah.
Things a little bit... They're more experiential dining.
Yeah. It's, like I said, safe.
Yes.
But safe for the vast majority of people is what they want. They want good food, well prepared with good service.
Yeah.
And you know, with one exception that we'll cover on here. Again, check out the review if you want to see that one.
Glass House. I love Glass House.
You did, and I was just about to say then, pretty much throughout the whole ship, the food was really good.
Yeah. A Glass House.
Glass House was fantastic.
For me.
But this was a pair. Only a small amount.
But it was per item, wasn't it?
It was, but you were paying like sort of £3-4 on it. And then they did things such as the afternoon teas, which is an extra on here, but inclusive with Cunard.
Yes, but a different thing again.
The drinks and bars. Now, I've put on here P&O's biggest weakness. Not for the bars. The bars are outstanding.
No, this is... No.
You've got some bars which double up as entertainment hubs, and you have comedians on and live music.
But if you love a drinks package and having that freedom and that sort of...
That's where they do flag quite a way behind the competitors on there. And again, we're not going to get it in here. There is a link for our full P&O drinks package review. The drinks package, just to cover it very quickly, is $39.95 a day if you want the alcoholic one, and you have a limit of up to £6.95 per serving, but that's only for singles and everything else. From a pricing point of view, if you look at the price of beer and cider, that sort of thing, it's regularly priced.
I nearly said it.
You nearly referred to a song then, didn't you?
I did.
Entertainment and relaxing on board.
Now, they do acknowledge that people in the 40s and 50s don't necessarily want to hear music from the 60s.
They do. Yeah,
so it's quite modern in that sense. And they love Stephen Mulhern.
Well, Astonishing, which is one of the shows that they did, was sort of developed by him and his production company, I think.
Yeah.
Which is a fancy magic show.
Yeah, it was great. It was lovely. Where are we now? Oh!
Up in the retreat.
We like the retreat.
Yeah, an area where you pay a little bit extra to go in, but it's quieter. The pool outside here, that used to be part of the retreat. It's not now. Anyone can go in there, and that's free. So there are plenty of areas on board. There are plenty of pools at the front, the back, and the rear of the ship. You're not going to have any issue finding somewhere to relax.
And quiet, which is, again, if you like relaxing, this is a good cruise line for you.
It is. They've got a good coffee bar.
Yeah, and they've got an atrium. Now, I never knew how I was going to feel about atriums until we went on P&O and sort of Princess, because I missed the Royal Caribbean promenade, but I like sitting and people watching. So if you like people watching, this is a good cruise line for you. Sitting with your drink, watching the world go by.
It is. P&O is a more family-friendly cruise line,
than
like Royal,
yes,
compared to someone like Cunard or
definitely.
Princess, which are geared, or Virgin, which are geared to the adult market. So you do have things such as the video arcades. You do have clubs for them to better go to. It is much more sort of geared for families.
Again, like I said, if there's a group of you, again, this is a great cruise line for you.
It is. Small casino,
Yes.
compared to sort of some of the big ones that you see on certainly the American-based cruise lines.
Yeah, and it also had a pub attached to it as well, which was like...
It did. When we were on here, the casinos were never that busy.
No, but the pub was having a great
The pub
time.
was packed because they did karaoke in there as well.
Karaoke. The football was on in there, soccer, it's...
Yeah,
It felt like old school Costa del Sol holiday environment again. So if that's the sort of thing you like, there is a space for you.
yeah, definitely. I'm just going to cover off itineraries because we touched on it at the start. There's this, I think there's this belief, certainly I had for a long time on P&O, that it was just a British cruise line that predominantly did the UK and the Mediterranean.
And Norwegian fjords.
Yeah, I was including that within sort of
But
wider
no, it's
Europe.
wide ranging.
It is. You've got Caribbean, you've got South America. The Caribbean market is a really growing market for it. So yes, they do the traditional ones, but they also cover a lot of areas where you might not think even within Europe.
No, and they cover flights as well. When you look at the pricing, they include that, they bundle it in with the costings as well.
Well, you can have it bundled in.
They do it automatically when you cost for if the ship's going from the Caribbean,
Right.
from Barbados, which is great because you
You're
get
not
a
having to
true
price it separately.
yeah, exactly.
But the itineraries are very, very good.
Yeah,
If you're one of these people who books the cruise line for the itineraries as opposed to the cruise ship, and a lot of people do, then you've got a big choice with P&O.
oh definitely. Oh, look at that.
So pretty.
Yeah, so is this Lisbon? Where
That's
is
coming
it?
out of Lisbon. You might be fooled thinking that we're coming out of San Francisco. Though.
Because of the big... No, that's
No,
Lisbon.
coming out of Lisbon then. So why might P&O not be for you?
You like a drinks package that you feel you're getting your money's worth. I feel
Yeah.
I'm going on about drinks packages
Yeah,
a lot.
and that you can watch the review for that for a lot more detail. I think the reason it might not be for you is because it pretty much sits in the middle ground.
That's a Cunard ship.
It is. So, for the same sort of money, you could go on Cunard.
You've got to find a deal, though.
You've got to find it. You could go on Princess. Again, finding the right deal.
Uh-huh.
It sits above one's sort
MSC.
of below it. So
MSC.
MSC, Costa.
Yeah.
So it sits above there for the bigger ships. But it's considerably below pricing of ones like Celebrity. So
And
it
then
depends what you want in. From a technology point of view, you can see here on Virgin, but it's also applicable to Celebrity and Princess. It's quite a long way behind. You saw the postage stamp TV in the room.
For the older ships.
For the old ship, but even the newer ships don't have the technology in the same way
No.
like as the
But
medallion
then-
class.
Yeah, but then sometimes you have the technology and it doesn't work.
It does.
It's glitchy.
It is. They are pushing things more down the app on board now, and there are problematic challenges.
We
with
did a
that.
little test, didn't we, when we were on Princess, where I ordered it via human and you ordered it via the app, and I got my drink in 10 minutes and you got your drink in 40 minutes. So it's not always the
Not
best
always
way.
quicker. No, but if you are looking for an ultra modern ship, then unless you're going on Iona or Arvia, then they are a little bit more dated in comparison.
You're going to miss the technology, aren't you?
You are. So, that's for me is one of the sort of reasons that you wouldn't want to go on there. And also if you want something that's more traditional. So if you want your Cunard style or you want an adults only, you're probably not going to go on P&O.
No, because you don't. But saying that, even in the pub on Cunard, they had that party atmosphere on some nights.
They did, but it's not family friendly in the same way.
No.
It's geared more to the adult market.
Yeah.
So I think P&O's biggest challenge is that it sits in that middle ground. So if you're wanting sort of ultra luxury, it doesn't sit in that bit. If you're wanting ultra cheap, it doesn't sit in that bit. And it's sort of not in that elegant market like a Cunard or maybe Princess to a lesser degree. But the pricing is often very, very good. The newer ships are fantastic.
The staff have always been lovely.
The
You can
service
find
is phenomenal.
A bar or restaurant for you that suits your personality.
You can. And there are so many different ones. You mentioned earlier that some are more party, but not all of them. So our final thoughts are, it's a great choice for first-time cruisers.
It's a gateway cruise.
A gateway cruise.
Like, yes, it introduces you to cruising without you feeling that you've had to sort of spend thousands and thousands and thousands. But yeah, we loved it.
And that's the end of another video. Cheers, Linz.
Cheers, darling. Oh! And thanks for watching. Have a lovely day.